we're going to talk about college financial planning, and basically it is a lead generation bonanza for financial services professionals if you know how to do it, and we're going to teach you how to do it. So my background, I got all these letters after my name. The CCPS is a Certified College Planning Specialist, and that's a national designation. ELA stands for Education Loan Analyst. So these are some it just means that I understand a lot of, and maybe all, I don't know, the strategies for parents at any income level, whether they are just making $10,000 a year, or whether they're making $100,000 a year, or whether they're making $1 million a year. We have strategies that will get them financial aid, and that's free money to them. So any parent should be interested in that, and certainly parents, in your warm market, you should definitely tell them that there is this opportunity, and that we don't charge them to give them these strategies. So, I went to UC Berkeley. I'm a California boy. I majored in finance. I went to work on Wall Street after that, but in between my Wall Street years, I went to the Wharton Business School, which is out in Philadelphia, one of the top, 1 or 2 business schools in the country. Got my master's in business administration. On Wall Street, I was there for 10 years, worked at Merrill Lynch for many years, and then a boutique investment bank, doing everything from leverage buyouts to, corporate finance, mergers and acquisitions, things like that. And I moved back to California, and I basically purchased a small manufacturing company and grew it with a partner. I was the chief financial officer. We did that for 7 years, and then I got into real estate, and I've been a real estate broker. Actually, it's more like 12, 13 years now, and founder of College Smart Solutions. Now, when I learned about the IUL specifically, although not by name, the gentleman that told me about it, I didn't believe him. This was back in like the early 2000s. And maybe it's because of the character of the guy that was telling me, but I just thought, well, there's something you're not telling me, so I don't believe it. And then 10 years later, fast forward, I hear about it again, and I thought, oh my God, with my Wall Street experience, I'd never heard of any kind of a plan that the average person could benefit from the market upswings, but not have to suffer the consequences of the market downswings. And immediately I recognized that as something that everybody out there needs, because anybody that tries to run their own portfolio has learned the hard way that you really can't beat Wall Street. The market is the best professionals out there have a tough time eking out a good return in the market. The rest of us have no chance at all. But if you can eliminate the downside, then you can win every time. And so that's what got me really excited about our industry. And then, it was a couple of years of being in our industry before I even really heard about college planning. Immediately saw this as a great opportunity, for our business as lead generation, but also it resonated really well with me because I had just gone through sending my daughter to college. I understood all the things that parents had to go through, and I knew there was a huge opportunity. So I pursued it, and that's how I got here, Kelly, to answer your question. Now, along with me, not speaking tonight, but is my partner out here in California, Nancy Versosa. She is also Certified College Planning Specialist and Education Loan Analyst. She went to the Far Eastern University, majored in psychology, went to Golden Gate University, studied business administration, spent 8 years in the computer industry, and over 25 years as a real estate broker and mortgage broker, where she was a 7-figure income earner. Excuse me. And also a founder of Collar Smart Solutions. So the first thing we want to talk about tonight is why are we in this business, right? What is the financial services opportunity? I assume we're all here for the opportunity, and not just to have a social connection, but the U.S. News and World Report recently came out with their determination of what the best sales careers out there are, and they determined that sales managers and life insurance sales agents rank number 1 and number 2 respectively for best sales careers. I think that bodes really well for what we're doing. Now, so how do we make money here? Well, first of all, you got to have a plan, and a great plan for any of us out there is to have 3 appointments a day and just knock it out. Have whatever kind of lead generation you need to make that happen, and get 3 appointments a day, and by default, like Kelly's always telling us, you will make a lot of money. But what if we just let's knock it down a little bit, because not everybody is up to doing 3 appointments a day. Maybe you've got a full-time job, maybe you're new in the industry, whatever it is. What if we just set an achievable goal for anyone out there, right? Lowest common denominator. What if you could get 1 appointment per day? Is there anybody out there who cannot see themselves being able to get 1 appointment a day? And of course, there's no way for you to respond to me here. Actually, you can raise your hand. So Dewey, tell me if anybody raises their hand to say that they cannot get 1 appointment a day. I'll just assume that you all can do that. All right. So if you do get 1 appointment a day, right, you're going to have 5 appointments per week, and you're going to close. As a beginner, you should be able to close 1 out of every 3 appointments, assuming that you targeted got the right kind of customers in front of you. Well, that means you're going to have 1 2/3 sales per week. Well, how much are you going to make on each sale? Well, if it's a $250 target premium, annualized, that's $3,000. $2,730 will go to the grid after the 91%. And then 50% commission rate, we'll just assume that's the level that you're at here. Your average commission is going to be $1,365. So if you're closing 1 2/3 deals per week, basically you're making $2,275 a week, and you'll be making about $10,000 a month, which means about $120,000 per year. That's not a bad income as a starter. You just have to get 1 appointment a day. And so if you're not making this kind of income, you're probably not getting 1 appointment a day. So you got to figure out how to do that. How can you get 1 appointment a day? That's the sticking point. That's where you need to focus. Well, as you do this over time, you're going to increase your closing ratio to 50%. So you're going to have 2.5 deals per week. That means your income is going to be about $3,400 a week, or almost $15,000 a month. You're $177,000 a year. You're in the top 1% of earners in America at this point. And that's 1 appointment a day. Increase your target premium to $300. Now, here in California, that is actually more like the normalized target premium. So you close 2.5 deals a week. Your average deal is now $1,638 to you. So your weekly is $4,000. Your monthly is almost $18,000, and you're over $200,000 of income. This is totally doable. Lowest common denominator goal of getting 1 appointment a day. So think about that. So the secret to this success is that you need consistent activity, right, to be able to get that, because this really is a numbers game. The more people that you talk to, the more money you're going to make. The more you present the opportunity, the better you're going to get at it. The challenge, most agents eventually run out of their warm market. So they need a steady flow of new and cost-effective prospects, which is why we're going to talk to you today about college planning. This is a lead generation that will get lots of people in front of you so that you'll be able to have one appointment a day consistently. So what is college planning? Well, college planning specifically, if we just say college planning, this is really about what's the best college for me and how can I get admitted into that college? And obviously, that's not what our company is doing for people. What we're really doing is college financial planning. So that's all about how much is college going to cost me and how can I afford it? And we can absolutely help families answer those questions. So what we do really is college financial planning, but I'm going to call it college planning just to keep it simple here. What is the competition? Well, it's pretty limited. There are financial service professionals out there who say they do college planning. They have a very simple understanding of college planning. They know that if you move a stock portfolio into an annuity or a life insurance plan, that you'll have a lower expected family contribution and maybe get more financial aid. But they don't really understand there are parents who don't even qualify for financial aid, even if they move that money. So they'd be doing that and hurting the family because now they've got less liquidity, right? So these people are kind of dangerous. They have very limited strategies. And oftentimes they outsource their college planning to a certified planner, to which they get like some finder's fee, $200 or something like that. So what is a certified planner? Well, a certified planner, first of all, charges the family money up front, like anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. And their focus is on college admissions. It's back to the college planning of how do I, what's the best school for me and how do I get admitted into that school? So where does the financial planning benefit come from if the financial service people refers them to a college planner? Well, it's because the college planner, when it comes to the financial part, will then refer any deals back to the financial services agent. But again, the financial services agent doesn't really know what they're doing, so it's just a bad deal. So the certified planner service really doesn't include many financial strategies. They don't even understand what the strategies are in most cases. So the basic premise of what we do, it's a win-win strategy. And it's all about the financial aid formula. So the qualified contributions, in other words, you have a 401k and you contribute $18,000 to that 401k in a particular year. Well, if you're filling out FAFSA for that year, that $18,000 is going to be assessed, in other words, penalized by the financial aid formula, which means you'll get less financial aid, assuming you qualified in the first place. Most non-qualified assets are also penalized by FAFSA, and this includes the 529 college savings plans, and therein lies one of our big opportunities, especially with the young families who, their mind is only on saving for college, so we can show them how to save the right way. IULs and annuities are not penalized, and of course these are the products that we sell. So we show family strategies to restructure their finances to qualify for more financial aid, and we sell our products at the same time. This is the win-win strategy. Well, the basic financial services rep out there understands that much, right? But we go way beyond that. We actually show families how to maximize their savings, how to maximize the grants that they can get and the scholarships that they can get. So savings that don't get penalized by the schools or penalized by the government or penalized by the stock market. That's the first thing. And the second thing is we show them advanced financial aid optimization strategies. And we show that we have this proprietary database which shows which colleges are the most generous. And all three of those things put together is really a trifecta of making college the most possibly affordable to any family. And I'm going to show you that a little bit more. So college planning as lead generation, first of all, you want to go to your warm market. Now, we talk a lot about going to the schools, and that's a great opportunity, and I'll touch on that. But the first thing you need to do is go to your warm market, because that's the biggest opportunity, and it's lying right in front of you. Your prospects will have an excited sense of urgency when they find out what the opportunity here is. You just have to talk to them. One of the reasons is that they're going to receive significant value, and the value is going to be immediate, relatively immediate to them. In fact, most families, we can get $50,000 to $100,000 of extra free money into their economy. And the benefits start year one. So it's not like talking to them about an IUL where they have to either die or get sick or wait for retirement to truly benefit from the policy. They actually get the benefit like this first year. So that's the way people are, right? We like things that are immediate. If it's not immediate, we don't want to give attention to it because we don't even know if we're going to be around. And we're living hand to mouth and paycheck to paycheck, and that's just, we're kind of immediate gratification type of society. It's the way we've become. So this is a way that you can reignite the people on your list, people that have been putting you off for months or even years. So how much easier would it be to keep adding new names to your list also if you had this kind of an opportunity where you could put $50,000 in somebody's pocket and not charge them for it? That's pretty powerful. Well, that's what we're talking about here. College planning demographics, the size of the market. There's over 30% of households in the United States have children. Here in California, it's actually close to 35%. So you have a list of 200 people, warm market. If you don't have that, that's another conversation we need to have. But you've got a list of 200 people, you should, and that means that over 30% of those people, about 63 families, and even more if you include grandparents that will be on that list, that's how many prospects you have for college financial planning. That would keep you busy for 3 months if you just got one appointment a day. And in that 3 months time, it would be easy to replenish your list of 200 just by talking to a few people and getting some good referrals. And guess what? Every time you recruit somebody, they also have over 60 leads for college financial planning in their list, and you're going to help them out with that. So now you've got 6 months worth of work to do if you just get one appointment a day. By the way, there's about 4 million kids entering school every year, and about 1.4 million of those enter a 4-year full-time college. So, the opportunity is huge. So what is the edge? There's some unique advantages to college planning. One, the enormous value that I just talked about, but also when the clients come to meet with us because they're so excited, they actually bring all of their financial information most of the time. In fact, they usually bring more information than we even ask them for. And they come to us. We don't have to go out to them and risk that they don't show up and then we've lost half the day, right? The cases are potentially larger that we work with. They have a sense of urgency about all this, so they want to do something with us right away. In fact, when we do the workshops at the schools, there's always a handful of parents who say, we got to meet like tomorrow. And so we have our calendar and we book them. And there's a barrier to entry to really be able to do college planning the right way. And so one of the big benefits of being part of our company is that you have access to people like me and Nancy that can handle the complicated part of college planning, and you can just benefit from the easy stuff. So the school market is also pretty lucrative, as I just referred to. First of all, you get to leverage the opportunity to many families all at one time. You still need to meet with them one at a time, but you get to at least pique their interest in mass. It also gives you really good visibility. Imagine talking to your warm market and saying, oh yeah, we just did this presentation at such and such high school. Well, that gives you a lot of credibility all of a sudden, even with your own warm market. It expands your market way beyond what you're looking at right now. It's unlimited because there are more schools out there than you could possibly service. Even if you had a lot of competition in your backyard, it doesn't matter. They can't service all the schools. So, there's just, don't even worry about limitations. And it's perpetual because every year, remember, there's 4 million kids entering school every year. Well, those are new families that never heard about our opportunity. And until we get to the point where we've got 4 million agents, and we only get one family per agent per year, don't worry about it. You got a lot of families, and every year a whole new set of new families. And the beautiful thing about this is the cost is virtually free. The schools do all the promotion for you. They send out all the emails to the parents, and you don't have to provide any food, not even water. And the families, they still show up. They're not expecting to get a free dinner out of this. You can also use college planning for agency building. It's powerful for this. I mean, imagine the leads that you get from this, which turn into applications, right? Which then turn into income for us. Well, that creates opportunity. People want to go where the money is. And with an unlimited, excited, and warm market, college financial planning leads, you can more easily recruit new agents and seasoned professionals. Teams to penetrate the school market too, if you're building an agency, because you want to do that in teams. And it really is a perfect match because the new agents that you recruit, they need training. And hopefully you're recruiting more than you can possibly train. Well, if you're also recruiting seasoned agents, now you've got somebody who can help you train the new agents. And the seasoned agents, they need leads. Well, you've got these new agents coming in, and they've got their list of 200 with over 60 families that need immediate attention. And so now all of a sudden these seasoned agents have an expanded lead generation market that they can tap into. Now, the system that we have here at our company is pretty vast, and hopefully you've already started to take advantage of it, but let me just go over some of what is available to you already right now. There are training materials in the back office. Specifically, there is a video on Introduction to College Financial Planning. It'll go over a little bit of stuff I went over here today, as well as a whole lot more. There is a 4-part series video of working with the schools, how to get to the decision maker, how to actually do a workshop, how to do the one-on-one meeting with the parents after the workshop, and even the second meeting with those parents. There's sample workshop presentations that you can see what it's like, what we talk about, so you can kind of listen and just get informed. There are forms on prospecting to the schools. There are forms that you'll need to do the workshop. There are forms to help you with the client meetings. They're like the form, to get all their information. The due diligence form, it's kind of lengthy, so you have to go through that and maybe get more information than you're used to getting from the parents, but that's okay because we need that information as college planners to be able to do a good job for them. And guess what? They'll think you're being really thorough, and they'll feel like they're getting better value. You also, as a resource, have college planners like Nancy and I, and there are webinar trainings and Q&A opportunities that will provide to those people who have gone through all of the training resources in the back office. We are available for workshop presentations if you're not able to or just don't want to do it yourself. And we're available to do the case design for the college planning strategies for your parents. And there's also a certification process for those of you who just feel really inclined to become a college planner. We can show you how to do that. We've got study materials for that and examinations to get you to that point.